Very good morning, children. I hope you all are doing well. So, today we are going to start with your next chapter, that is chapter number 1 of Geography. The name of the chapter is Resources. Now, many of you would have heard this word resources in your daily life back. But have you ever wondered what these resources actually are, or what basically are the things known as resources? Okay, don't worry. We will be studying about this word resources in detail in our today's chapter. So, students, when I say words like water, electricity, rickshaw, vegetable, book, notebooks, pencils, classroom, what does come to your minds? What do you think these things are used for? We use these things in our daily life. Each and everything has a particular use in our lives. That means all these things provide us utility. Now, what is utility? Have you ever heard this word before? Okay, so children, this word utility means something which satisfies our needs. For example, when you are thirsty, water is your basic need and it satisfies your need. When you are thirsty, you need water, so when you drink it, it satisfies your need. Then if I talk about vegetable, when you are hungry, it satisfies your need. When you need to study, you require books and notebooks, so now books and notebooks are satisfying your need of studying. So all these things provide you a utility. They have a particular use in your life. Now, utility or usability is what makes an object a resource. But this utility alone cannot make a substance a resource. One more thing is added to it. One more thing that helps in making a substance, turning a substance into resource, is its value. Now, let it be anything: books, notebooks, vegetables, electricity, water, everything you use in your life, it has a value. So something which has an usability, जिसकी कुछ usability है, and it also has a value, is what we call as resource. अब वो value कुछ भी हो सकती है. It may be in the terms of economic value or it may be non-economic value. Value can be of both times. Now, what is economic value? So always remember, when I use a term economic or I say economy, it completely deals with money. So like when you purchase medicines, you pay money for it. So वो money उन medicines की economic value है. But if I talk about your home remedies, when your mother makes some home remedies, give you some medicines made at home, तो उसके लिए we are not paying any money. So that particular home remedy medicine has a value, but it is not in the terms of money. It is non-economic. So simply we can conclude that everything that satisfies our needs and has a value can be termed as a resource. Utility and value, both the things are important for turning a substance into a resource. I hope you all are clear with the meaning of resource. What is a resource? Now, the next topic that comes is time and technology. So students, these two things, time and technology, they play a very important role. They are the two important factors that can change substances into resources. Both are related to the needs of the people. Let's see how. So children, human beings themselves, they are also a resource. Human beings themselves are a resource. How? Human beings' ideas, their knowledge, their inventions, their innovations, their activities they do, everything is very important. Just take an example. Fire was discovered by early human being. Early human being discovered fire. Now discovering fire was enough. उन्होंने फायर को डिस्कवर कर दिया. समथिंग लाइक फायर एग्जिस्ट. सो वॉज दैट इनफ? Absolutely not. This was human beings who used their knowledge, who used their ideas, and thought that this fire could be used for cooking. So, human beings, as a resource, through their ideas, through their innovations, through their ideas, they are able to make new discoveries, they are able to make new things out of the present ones. Like with fire, with their ideas, they turned to cooking, and with the wheels that were invented in the earliest time, they have used it into various things, and today we have such a modern means of transport. So time and technology is something which helps in making substances into resources. Evolution of resources over the period of time with the help of technology is something which helps in new innovations. Now, children, these resources that we are talking about, they are differentiated into so many different parts. These resources are of three different types, and in our next topic we are going to discuss about these various types of resources. Let's start. So children, these resources, they are divided into three broad categories. Number one is natural resources, number two are human made resources, and number three are human resources. We will be studying about three of them one by one. Let's start with the first one. The very first one, natural resources. Now, any guesses what could be natural resources? Definitely, yes, the name itself tells us resources that are drawn from nature. These are the resources we have obtained from nature, and we are using it without any much modifications. The resources obtained from nature and used with least modifications without making any changes to it are what we call as natural resources. And in other words, we can say that they are simply the free gift of nature to us. For example, your air we breathe, does anybody takes money for it? Have you paid the bill at the end of the month ki you have consumed this much air and you have to pay for it? Definitely not. Water present in rivers, lakes, oceans, if you use it, do you pay any money for it? Definitely not. So the sources which we have obtained from nature are the free gifts to us by the nature, and they can be used directly. But in some cases, we can make the best use of these resources through the use of technology and tools. Now, children, these natural resources are further classified into different categories on different bases. Let's study about various types of natural resources and see on how many bases they are differentiated. Now, you may be wondering what are the bases? So, children, like whenever you make comparison between two things, you go for something as a base for it. For example, if I differentiate your class, if I divide all the students on the basis of your result, A1 holders, B holders, C grade holders, so that thing, that dividation, तो उस dividation का basis क्या है? Your academic report. So in this same manner, these natural resources are also differentiated on various bases. Let's see. So the very first basis is level of development. The level of development divides natural resources into two categories, that is the actual resources and the potential resources. Now, what are actual resources? So children, actual resources वो resources होते हैं which are known to us, about which we know, about its quantity we know very well, and we are using it in our day-to-day life. So, resources whose quantity is known to us and they are being used are what we call as actual resources. For example, coal. We all know coal is found in Germany and we are using it in our lives also. Black soil. We all are very well aware that black soil is found in Deccan Plateau and we are using it on our daily life, which makes them an actual resource. Then coming to the second one, that is your potential resources. So potential resources are just opposite to actual ones. Potential resources are those resources whose quantity is not known to us and neither we are using it in our daily lives. For example, nuclear energy. Then moving on to the second basis, children, the second base on which we divide natural resources is origin. And on the basis of origin, you can see that natural resources are of two types, biotic resources and abiotic resources. Have you heard these terms before? Definitely yes. And you know what are biotic and abiotic? So all the living beings are referred to as your biotic resources, for example plants, animals, humans, whereas all the non-living things will be categorized as abiotic resources, for example soil, rock, paper, pencil, table, etc. Then moving on to the third basis, children, that is stock. On the basis of stock, natural resources are again of two types, renewable natural resources and non-renewable natural resources. You all have studied about this also earlier. You are very well aware of renewable and non-renewable. Let's see. So children, renewable resources are those resources which get renewed or replenished quickly. Some of these resources are unlimited and they are not affected by human activities. For example, solar energy. The solar energy that we get from the sun, it is endless and no human activity can affect it. So such resources which can be replenished and renewed quickly are referred to as your renewable resources. Then if we talk about non-renewable resources, children, these are the resources which are found in limited stock only and they take millions of years to get replenished. So resources which are in limited quantity and once exhausted they will take thousands of years to get replenished are referred to as non-renewable resources, for example coal and petroleum. Coming to the last basis on which natural resources are differentiated is the distribution, and on the basis of distribution, children, natural resources are divided into two subcategories, ubiquitous resources and localized resources. Let's see. Ubiquitous resources are the resources, children, which are found everywhere. So resources which you find all over the earth everywhere are your ubiquitous resources, for example air, sun, etc. And if localized, the name itself tells these resources are the resources which are found at certain places only, for example copper, iron and different metals. So I hope you are clear with the subdivisions of natural resources. In our today's class, we made an introduction to the word resources. Anything which has value and satisfies our need is known as resource, and the evolution of resources over the period of time with the help of technology also helps in turning a substance into resource. Then we divided resources into three broad categories: natural resources, human made resources and human resources. Furthermore, we differentiated natural resources on various bases, on four different bases: level of development, origin, stock and distribution. We'll be studying more about resources in our next segment.